Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of The Weekly. This is your spot every Thursday to check out the latest trends and innovations we're seeing in the marketplace. So we had Thanksgiving last week. Hopefully everyone had a wonderful time. We had 3 people here, smallest ever, ate out on the patio. Thank goodness it's a little warmer on the East Coast right now. And then yesterday I went to the park and saw my other siblings and their dogs, and we had a fun little time out there eating turkey hoagies and all that kind of good stuff. So it's working. And we only have 28 days left in 2020. Thank goodness. But we're also at that weird time where the virus and winter's happening at a really, really high level. And we're also hearing all this great news around the vaccine. So let's stay diligent to what needs to be done, and it will get us into 2021 in an even better spot. And we can all enjoy a year I know we're going to embrace fully. So let's get into today's show. Our sponsor today is Graphisoft. And Graphisoft empowers teams to create great architecture. And they support you in 3 ways. They have award-winning software. They have learning programs that really help you move your business forward, and they have professional services. It all adds up to a great package. So right to our first segment. In our first segment, we talked to 3 people at Grimm and Parker Architects, and they really focus on multifamily. And multifamily, like every other segment, is just being changed so quickly on the design side because of COVID. And they've done a research study. And what do people say? I want more room. I need more living area. I need more storage. I need some isolation. And even if you give me a tiny office that's separated, I need that. So let's listen to all the changes that are going to be coming to multifamily.
I'm going to talk about Grimm and Parker did a study about multifamily design as a result of COVID. So Zach, what were some of the big findings of that study that you did?
Sure. It's interesting. A lot of, most of the residents really found there's a lot of health, lifestyle, and safety concerns, safety issues in a lot of residential projects. In addition, a lot of the tenants need more space. That we found a lot of issues with outdoor areas not quite being available in a lot of these projects. Mm-hmm. And just common spaces really needed to change. They just a lot of things are a little bit more maybe too close together at this point. There's a lot of people concerned about social distancing. We found there's a need to really explore those areas and really just how tenants operate on a day-to-day basis and really integrate with their buildings.
In our second segment today, we talked to Ruth Todd. And Ruth focuses on historic preservation in the California area. And she walks us through 4 projects that are coming up for them and some of the common challenges they have. Those challenges is, how do you update historical features with the present building codes? Something also interesting around this is that adaptive reuse we're hearing again for housing.
Ruth, my last question is about kind of the future of historic preservation and how you see this market niche for your company in terms of a growth potential, in terms of new ideas, and that you might be able to use in all kinds of projects.
Right. Well, we're actually pretty lucky that historic buildings are present across almost all building types. And so we don't get narrowed down. We get to deal with historic buildings in almost all of our client sectors. Mm-hmm. And then it's also good that as time passes, there's more opportunity for buildings to become historic, and we get to work on those, so they don't really go away. And some of the trends that we do see are there's a lot of, we're doing more projects that are adaptive reuse of many types of buildings for multifamily housing, for instance, elderly housing, low-income housing. That's a trend that we see. Certainly the intersection of sustainability and the reuse of these historic buildings to preserve embodied energy and divert from landfill is much more understood in terms of the synergy. And so we do feel that merging the sustainability and resiliency movement with historic building preservation is becoming much more acceptable and understood rather than greenfield development.
So that ends our segments for today. As always, we greatly appreciate you joining us to watch the show. If you missed any of the segments, you can check them out on Horizon TV or on YouTube. And you can watch the individual segments so you can watch exactly what you want. If you have any suggestions about things you'd like to see on the show, please email me here, tmancini@sgcmail.com. A big shout out to Graphisoft, our sponsor for today. They have a cool motto. They want to empower your team with their advanced technologies and their know-how to help you fulfill your mission. That's cool. It's all about you. Check them out. So we'll be back next Thursday with a couple more segments on what we're seeing in the marketplace. In the meantime, only 28 more days till 2021. Thank goodness. Really appreciate you joining us, and please be safe. Thank you.